Hi, I'm Mike Whitney, chairman of Save the PFD. Quick update. There's a lot of discussion about whether we're getting a $3,000 PFD or a $1,600 PFD or a $0 PFD. And there's some confusion and some erroneous opinions being spread around. The first one would be that the governor can't appropriate the money to pay us. That's the legislator's job. So to get the full legal amount and to follow the statute that would require us to be paid our 3,000, the legislators have to sign off on that, and they refused, as most of you should know, that they refused to do that. They refused to even meet when they were called to convene in Wasilla. So we couldn't have a more obstinate, obtuse, obstructionist legislature. That would be hard to imagine at this point. So we have to keep that in mind. There's a lot of frustration with Governor Dunleavy. And as most of you know, we support him in his fight for the full PFD, whatever he can do to make it happen. He's called a special session just for the PFD. And again, they didn't bother to show up. They gave us the bird. They gave us a slap in the face. It could hardly be any worse the way we've been treated. So I don't want the frustration. Personally, I've been frustrated. I felt like, well, Dunleavy should have done this or that. I have to look at the good that Dunleavy's done. It's hard to imagine a governor doing more, a lot more than what he's done. Of course, we can imagine it. And in the real world, though, this is to say, well, let's veto everything and go back to another special session and pay the legislators tens of thousands of more dollars. And we do the same thing expecting a different result. I thought that the negotiations would go better, but as I said, they didn't even bother to show up to the negotiating table. So I think that the takeaway here is we, the people of Alaska, have got to vote these people out. We've failed to do so, as they've been stealing the PFD for several years now. Too many confirmed rogue bad apples in the legislature. We're not, we didn't get rid of enough of them. Sorry, spaced out. So the bottom line is what I really wanted to get at was here. If we get the 1,600, our mission should be to ensure that Governor Dunleavy knows that we expect the rest of that plus the back money. We've already compromised. We've already given the other side more than they deserved. They've already spent their share. Make no mistake about that. They've more than got their share. The gravy train, the unions, the public schools, the university. Look at the math. It doesn't lie. Cuts have to be made or taxes have to be raised. Rather than even discuss taxes, it's easier to take the soft target, as I've said many times, steal the people's share of the oil wealth. That's our money. That's a little bit we get to decide how to spend. We're in charge of that. If you need fuel oil, if you need to take a vacation, if you need to save for your kids' college education, it literally has paid for many Alaskan children's education. Clothing, you know the list. But it's up to you. If you're rich, you can donate it all. I've been able to donate. I'm far from rich. But it's just easier to donate, to very good causes when you get a nice big check all at once. You feel the capability, even if in some cases I couldn't really afford it. I should have finished my house. I should have got a well. So yeah, it's a beautiful program. We have to continue to fight, but that means we have got to overwhelm the ballot box in 2020. We have got to get rid of some of these really, really bad apples. I mean, these people are terrible. They're a disaster for Alaska, and that's no exaggeration. So let's continue to fight. Let's stand behind our governor. The idea that we're going to get somebody better for the PFD, the Michael Dunleavy, I have to be honest, it's hard to imagine. I can imagine getting someone worse. In fact, with having Bill Walker, who we just got rid of, a lot worse. So I know that people are very ticked off, and I appreciate that. And we support the governor doing whatever he thinks he can accomplish to get that 3,000. So if he would veto and we get 0, we would still support the governor. But we don't make the decisions here at Save the PFD. We do make the decision to continue to rally behind our governor, despite the fact that it does look like, we've taken some hits, and we certainly didn't come out of this with the victory that many of us thought we'd have a greater victory. And but we have to take what we're dealt. So thanks for your time.